This upcoming full moon on April 26th really brings the energy of completion with the key theme of what has been no longer is. So this is a really exciting time. Like if you have been noticing that up until now, energies have been quite interesting. A lot was going on, a lot of inner stirring was happening, a lot of healing, a lot of old stuff, going over old grounds has been happening. But now with this upcoming full moon, it's really that energy of completion, but then also a renewal moving forward. So in this video, I felt guided to share with you the 5 key things that I find you should know about this upcoming full moon, so you can really make the most out of this exciting energy of completion. So stay tuned. Hello there, beautiful soul. In case you don't know me, my name is Kay Sanders, here to help awakening souls to really awaken to their power within so they can create more success, abundance, and freedom in their life, all while making a bigger impact in the world. Now, if you're new to my channel, I do want to invite you, if you're on your spiritual awakening journey, then please subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I release new content, because that's really what my channel is all about. It's about helping awakening souls on their spiritual awakening journey. But going back to what I was saying, this full moon coming up on April the 26th, it really brings that energy of completion. And I think we all would benefit from that completion phase, because let's face it, 2021 has been quite intense so far, with a lot of going on, a lot of awakening, a lot of inner stirring, a lot of healing and releasing, and the energies have been just intense. So with this completion now, with this energy of completion, with this upcoming full moon, it's quite exciting. So I want to share with you those 5 key things that can really help you if you're really tuning into the energy of this upcoming full moon, and really consider the things that I'm about to share with you, the 5 key things. You can really make the most out of this full moon energy and start to close the chapter of what has been, so you can really move forward and allow in the new. So the first thing that I think you should know is that there's still a dismantling of the old paradigms really unfolding. That's why we're talking about this energy of completion, because more of the old programming, more of those old paradigms are now falling away and making room for a new, a more centered, a more heart-centered and uplifted way of being. So you may have realized that, you know, the things that you have believed up until this point simply don't make sense anymore. Maybe your habits are changing. Maybe your viewpoints about certain things are changing as well. Maybe you're looking at things from a more uplifted perspective, where before you may have focused more on the doubt and the limitations and whatnot, but now you may be looking at things from a different angle. And that's really what's happening with this dismantling of the old paradigms, because we need to let go of the old in order to make room for the new, and that's really what's happening right now. So with this energy of completion, well, in order to complete something, we need to let go of the old, and then we need to make room for the new. So this is really an exciting time to be in. So if you have been noticing up until this point, maybe your view of things has changed. Maybe the way you go about life has changed. Maybe now you are more on an uplifted way of just being. Maybe you show up in a more uplifted, more evolved way as well. I have noticed for myself, certain things that used to make sense before simply don't make sense anymore. And I have shifted my perception around certain things as well. So it's really been happening up until this point. It's to prepare us really. It's like it feels like every day, every week, every month, it's really preparing us for that next step. So it's really exciting time to really let go of that old programming, because let's face it, it's no longer serving us anymore to really hold on to the way things have been, because if you're looking around, you're realizing it's not really serving us anymore, right? So that's the first thing that I think you should know. So if you can tune in and really allow yourself to uncover what are some of the old programs and old paradigms that maybe you are now ready to let go of, or maybe you already have let go of up until this point. This is really important, so you can then really make room for what's to come for you as well. The second thing that I want you to know is also that your heart is expanding as well. So where up until this point, maybe you have believed in lack and limitation, and you can't do certain things, that you are limited, that you are just an insignificant being or whatnot. Now you may also then realize that, you know what? I can do more, I can be more, I can have more. So your heart is really expanding for a more uplifted way of being as well. So you may start to realize that more opportunities are actually available for you, that you can have what you want, that you can really make an impact. And us light workers and light beings and psychics and healers, we are really being activated, and we have been activated to really step into our power. And that's quite frankly what my channel is all about. It's about helping you awaken to your power within. Because it is us light workers who are already on this more evolved way of this more evolved path to really assist humanity in waking up and really helping them basically ascend as well. So it's really us who are becoming the next way showers. And I'm not saying that you need to be an entrepreneur and get all big and whatnot. That's not what I'm saying. But just by you stepping into your power and living a more heart-centered way of being, it will affect the people in your life. So you will become that way shower to others by you doing your own work. So right now you may be also realizing that maybe your heart is expanding. Maybe you're being more emotional because you're looking at things from a different perspective, and maybe you have more love for yourself now as well. But it's really that inner activation to seeing the abundance, to seeing the life with a different kind of glasses on, basically. That's what I'm trying to say. So your heart is expanding now too, and that also then ultimately raises your vibration. And there's also a video I want to share with you about raising your vibration. It's a light language activation, a light code activation to help you raise your vibration, because when you raise your vibration, life just looks so much different. You will move past limitation and lack and doubt and fear and worry, and you will look at life from a different perspective. So life will be more evolved for you as well. So I highly recommend take a look at it. I will put the link in the description below. But the video is really, it's all about helping you raise your vibration, because that's also very important, because in order to really move forward and allowing a new way of being to unfold, and also to really step into your power, part of that also requires you to raise your vibration, because when we are in lack and limitation, we are very low in vibration. And then we attract more of that. We attract more of the same. But now with this completion, and it goes back to letting go of the old programming, it automatically then lifts you up into a higher vibration. But if you want to hold it there, and if you really want to let go of the lack and limitation and the disbelief and the fear and worry and whatnot, I highly recommend check out that video. That will help you release a lot of that stuff that is now also ready to be released, so you can really raise your vibration and expand your heart, really open up your heart to that higher sense of being, that more evolved way of being, that heart-centered way of being. And the third thing I think you should know is that solutions now start to present themselves. So if up until this point you were really challenged and things weren't working out so well, and things just didn't really go as you had planned, and it was really challenging and frustrating and overwhelming or whatnot, maybe you even question, like, when is this ever going to change? When, or maybe you were looking for that light at the end of the tunnel and it wasn't really that clear. Now that is also lifting, because like I said, the key theme is of completion. It's of what has been no longer is. So think of it like that. You're closing the chapter, and now new solutions are presenting themselves to step into that next level of what you're here to do. It's helping you move forward. You may then also realize that your perceptions about things are changing as well. And that maybe if you have been frustrated up until this point, that also now is dissolving. Because with your heart expanding, you're also then seeing the possibilities. You're seeing that, there are other things available. And then you're actually, as you're then raising your vibration, then you're also open to attracting solutions that are to your highest and greatest good. So it really is a powerful time right now, and I hope you're really going to tune into that. But if you have been looking for solutions, then be prepared. Solutions are forthcoming to help you on your path, because we are meant to move forward. We all, as humanity, every one of us, we are meant to move forward. So if you have been feeling stuck, unsure of what that next step was, or what you should be doing, what you shouldn't be doing, what you should let go, whatnot, solutions will present themselves now. So allow yourself to be open to receiving the guidance, be open to receiving the solutions. And sometimes they may be very sneaky. They just show up out of the blue, and you're like, hey, where did that just come from? Right? Or maybe you just have this idea, or maybe some people come into your life that are going to help you, that are going to support you in whatever way is to your highest and greatest good. So here the message is allow the solutions to come forth. Be open to receiving the solutions, because it is meant to help you take that next step. It is meant to help you move forward on your path. And the fourth thing is that you will feel an inner renewal and upliftment. And let's face it, the energies have been quite intense, right? They have been quite intense up until this point. I think April has been very, very intense. Well, actually, March was pretty intense as well. But now with this energy of completion, you will then also feel as if a heavy weight was lifted off your shoulders, where you feel like, okay, I can breathe again. You may even feel that taking a deeper breath and just releasing. But this sense of renewal, of inner upliftment, a sense of relief is coming now as well, as things are shifting, as you are being asked to really let go and allow. So the energies are definitely shifting, where it's not going to be as intense anymore. So it could really feel like that inner relief, that heavy weight has been lifted off your shoulders. Because if you think about it, if you have been challenged up until this point, if you have been in low vibration, if you have been feeling more in lack and limitation, those type of things, and all that old stuff is now falling away, and your heart is expanding and solutions are forthcoming, I mean, the only other thing is then that you are going to feel relieved, because you are going to realize that, okay, I'm okay. I'm all right. Everything is going to be all right. Which then brings me to the fifth piece. The fifth thing that I think you should know about this upcoming full moon is that you will then also have a more uplifted outlook of what's to come. Because then you will also have that inner knowing that even though everything has been a little challenging up until this point, even though I have been challenged up until this point, maybe didn't know what's to come, now you will have that inner knowing that, you know what, everything is going to be all right. Even though I may not know what's to come, even though I may not know how to make it happen, I know it's going to be all right. So you will have that inner sense of, I'm fine. I'm protected, I'm guided, I'm supported. Everything that I need is coming to me. Now, you don't necessarily need to know all the steps, because when we want to know all the steps, that's usually ego trying to get in the way. But if you really allow yourself to just allow solutions to come to you, and allow yourself to really be in that uplifted state of being, then everything just flows so much easier. So, like I said, the fifth piece is that you may have that brighter outlook of what's to come, which then also creates an inner excitement of, oh my God, what is to come? So you will feel that inner excitement that your path is unfolding. Now, one of the things that my guides have shared with me, and I really feel called to share this with you right now too, is that you will most likely will not know the bigger picture of what is it that you're here to do. What is that next step? It's when you take those next steps, the next puzzle piece will show up. Think of it like that. You're taking that next step, trusting that there's going to be a ground underneath your feet, that you're not going to fall. And the next stepping stone or the next puzzle piece will present itself whenever you take those steps. But if you're waiting for that next step to show up without actually moving in any kind of direction, you're actually feeling stuck. But if you can tune into this energy of that inner knowing that you're going to be all right, and you really tap into that inner excitement and just go with what you feel called to do. What is it that your soul is calling you to do? What is that next step? And you take that next step. The next step will show up, and it may even be a step that you have never even thought about, that would have never come to mind, because usually we are in limitation. We don't really think about what is truly to our highest and greatest good. We think in what feels comfortable, but the things that are truly to our highest and greatest good, they kind of stretch us. They're outside of our comfort zone. So allow yourself to really tune into that inner excitement of what's to come, and allow yourself to take that next step, whatever that might be. Which brings me to the action steps I would like to share with you, and feel free to do them or not, that's completely up to you, but I want to invite you to take that time now leading up to the full moon, and also especially on the full moon, really take some time to really tune into that energy. Focus on those 5 key things that I just shared with you and really allow that to sink in. Allow yourself to really release and let go. Expand your heart, really uplift, and really allow yourself to be open to the solutions, and focus on that excitement of what's to come. And then I want to invite you to review your life up until this point and think about all of those really difficult times that you've gone through, some challenges, some upsets, and whatever has occurred in your life up until this point that wasn't all fun and joyful. Okay, so think about those challenging times, the not so good times, because then I want to invite you to tune in and allow yourself to see the gift, allow yourself to see the lesson. Because one of the things that, and I know that may be a hard pill to swallow, but everything that happens in your life, it's happening to your highest and greatest good, the good, the bad, and the ugly. And it's helping you on your path, and certain things you just have to learn. You have to go through because they're part of your soul's blueprint. They're part of your life, of what you are meant to experience in order to find that next step, in order to find your path. So allow yourself to look at life up until this point and look at those difficult times, those challenging times, the things that really still maybe feel, hold a punch to it whenever you're thinking about it. And allow yourself to see the lessons, the gifts, the message in there. That can be very, very uplifting, actually. It can be very, very exciting as well, because then you're getting the message. You're realizing, oh my God, even though this was challenging, this helped me in whatever way. So allow yourself to do that. But then the next piece is, I want to invite you to make a decision. Decide that it's done. It's no more. You're done with this. You've mastered it. You've gone through the challenging times. You've mastered it. It's done. Make the decision. When you make a decision, this is so powerful, because then I want to invite you to write about what do you want instead. Now that you have decided, it's done. It's over. It's already done. And then you focus on what do you want instead. This can be a very empowering practice that you may even want to do every day. Decide every day, what is that you want? Who do you want to become? Who do you want to be? What do you want to experience? Really decide for yourself what's to your highest and greatest good. And then decide that it's already so, because it is. If you can really tune into that energy of completion, it's done, and then decide what you want moving forward, you're choosing you. You're choosing you and yourself and your future over all the other stuff that happened up until this point. So here you go. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you did, do me a favor, hit the like button. I would definitely greatly appreciate it. And if you may want to leave a comment below, let me know how you feel about what's been going on up until this point, how you have managed all this crazy energy up until this point. Leave a comment below. I would definitely love to hear from you and hear about your experience. But these are the 5 key things that I was guided to share with you to really make the most out of this upcoming full moon on the 26th. So I really hope you're going to take some time to really tune into that. And I want to invite you, please subscribe to my channel if you're really on your spiritual awakening, if the content I shared so far is really in alignment with you, if you enjoyed listening to this, subscribe to my channel and also hit the notification bell so you can get notified whenever I release new content. And be sure to check out that video I mentioned about the light code activation to raise your vibration. I think you're really going to love it. So I want to say thank you so much for being here. I will see you again in the next video. Until then, make an amazingly abundant, successful day. Namaste.